Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and today I am bringing you a modding guide for the new precision rifle, the Sokol. It took a while today to get this vid out because I went for a swim. It was like burning hot here, but you know me, if I say I'll do it, so you're getting one of these every day for the next couple of days. And of course gameplay from restock turrets and new challenge cards will be coming almost daily, and of course on the streams. This sniper rifle is a monstrosity if used correctly. When I first started using it I wasn't really feeling it, but after I upgraded it, tinkered around a bit with attachments, it really shows what it's capable of. One thing that you need to take away from this gun is that stability and accuracy is king, because the rate of fire is so quick. You can melt enemies with extreme prejudice, but if your bullets are flying all over the place, well, of course, you're not gonna be very effective. One thing I gotta stress here is that I'm making these first week guides with the attachments available up to Season 3. That's because I want every single one of you to be able to get this thing out of the box, slap on those attachments, and go out there and wreak havoc. When I get every single other attachment, I will remod the guns that will benefit from those, and of course you can come back to the channel and watch, so it's a fine idea to sub, like, share, hit the notification bell. Without further ado, let's get to it. So let's go without anything on this beastie for starters. It has an accuracy of 89 and stability of 68, damage of 438, and this is something that has to be discussed for a little bit, because people will go and compare this to the Twilight that has a damage profile of 401, while this has a 438 with a 3.1 fire rate, and the fire rate of the Twilight is 3. As you can see, I have nothing for fire rate on it, so it's 3 by default, and the Sokol is 3.1 by default. For me, the Sokol is everything that the Twilight never was. Although people love the Twilight, it can get tanker muzzle and until material for stuns and knockdowns, so there really is no place for the Twilight in the meta right now. The only weakness I could detect on this is because of its firing profile. It's very easy to be imprecise with it. I was using it against synths, and sometimes, although the reticle was there on the dome, I wouldn't get a headshot. Don't even think about spamming it on those targets, because you will be hitting only their hips. So, reload time of 2, max ammo of 180, stumble chance of 85, fire rate of 3.1, magazine capacity of 15, weak point damage of 295, and no handling bonus. With the stars we get fire rate 5%, stability 5%, fire rate 5%, and the last one is 5% stability plus 3.34 weak point damage on kill. This effect stacks 3 times, resets on reload. Now this can be very, very interesting if you know that an elite is coming. If you can finish off a couple of runners, then you can unload the rest of the bag on the elite. It's kind of a stretch, but if you're very, very, very precise, elites and ultras will feel the extra damage. Let's go to the large basil. Once upon a time I'd go tanker, but it's anti-material break all the way, because it gives stability that will help with the high fire rate, and it also gives handling. And we want the handling to be good so we can ADS faster. Not to mention, we can whip this baby out if the other weapon is present. Here, there are a few choices, and the newly released composite spring magazine is excellent for this, but we're not using it because it's Season 4. Right now what I'm gonna go with this is casket, extra ammo, and a little increase to the fire rate. Might make it a bit more unyieldy, but, well, if it's a warrior's head, that doesn't really matter. Large optics. This is maybe the only sniper rifle where I would suggest using an actual scope, and this is because through the scope you will see huge weak points. Okay, that takes away a shitload of situational awareness, and in this game there is no point of going over such long distances. It is a sniper rifle, but it's not the most precise one, so I'll go with my favorite, the digital scope. With all this we have a fire rate of 3.7, 15 in the mag, and 310 critical. The handling has risen to 40, which means that you will be ADACing like this. And this is the pullout, extremely fast as you can see. Let's say I aim there and spam this thing without compensating for any recoil. The gun climbs and climbs really fast, and as you can see the reticule becomes kind of a hog. If I compensate for the recoil with a pull of the stick, it can group quite nicely. If you take your time and instead of totally spamming it, just give it a couple of milliseconds, you will revert back to a perfectly stable crosshair. If you need the extra precision, that's the best way to go about it. So, this is the Sokol, an excellent surprise from the new arsenal. I love this thing. Next, I'll probably go with the Mista and leave the heavy laser for last because it's really the stranger of the batch. And as I said, I will be remodding them with new attachments when I get said attachments because I didn't have time to play, making vids and taking names. As I already said, sub, like, share, and hit the notification bell. And if you really want to help me, guys, consider Patreon or get a membership on the channel. It really helps a great deal. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always have a perfection, Marines. Geos.